Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in to my Debarkation presentation. But first, let me thank you for choosing the Disney Dream as the destination for your vacation. I hope you've had an awesome time and you've enjoyed all the magic the Disney Dream has to offer, especially some of those Disney differentiators, like the world's first water roller coaster at sea, the Aqueduct. I hope you had a wonderful time riding that, and I've had a great time watching all the detectives out there and interacting with the enchanted artwork at our midship detective agency and watching everybody trying to solve the case of the missing artwork. I also hope you've enjoyed that rotational dining experience, going from restaurant to restaurant with your incredible dining room team following you from restaurant to restaurant and getting to know you, and you of course getting to know them. Also hope you've enjoyed our youth activities team and all the spaces dedicated just to the children on board, and of course the wonderful counselors taking care and entertaining all the children all cruise long. First run in 3D movies in the awesome Buena Vista movie theater, and one of my favorite nights here on board, Pirate Night, still the only cruise line in the world able to do fireworks at sea. I'm also incredibly proud of the beautiful Walt Disney Theater, but not just the theater itself, the incredible shows in there, like Villains Tonight, Golden Mickey's, and Disney's Believe. Hope you've had a fantastic time here aboard the Disney Dream, and it's certainly been a privilege having all of you on board with us. Now, over the next few minutes, I'll be going over everything you need to know about making your transition from ship to shore as seamless as possible. I'll be talking about customs, luggage handling, immigration, all of the really, really fun stuff. All right, but I'll try to make it as simple as possible. And of course, along with this talk, you'll also receive our welcome home letter. It will be delivered to your stateroom. I ask that you read through that. It will help you with the debarkation process and ask a lot of the questions that may specifically pertain to you and your party. But the first thing I want to talk about is our arrival into Port Canaveral. Should be arriving into the harbor there nice and early, about 5:45. Debarkation morning is going to be an early morning. We'll make no bones about it. Getting kicked off there at 5:45. It'll take us a little while to tie off the Disney Dream, for the local authorities to come on board and grant us clearance. They're going to check our paperwork and do any inspections they deem necessary. Then we got to put the gangways in place, and we will make announcements once the ship has been cleared for you to go ashore. Looking to send our first guests ashore at approximately 7:30 in the morning. But once again, we'll be making those announcements for you when the ship has been cleared. Quick public service announcement now. All of our stores will be closed when we arrive in Port Canaveral. So any of the shopping that you may need to do, any gifts for people back home who weren't lucky enough to come on board the cruise, any Disney Cruise Line memorabilia you want to take home, make sure you take care of all of that shopping the last night of the cruise, because the stores will be closed debarkation morning. Also, there's one exception to this. That's, of course, Shutter's Photo Gallery. Customs does realize that family portraits are still being taken the last night of the cruise. Those photos are being printed and developed and processed. So Shutter's Photo Gallery is the only store that's allowed to be open Port Canaveral morning, and it will be open between 7 and 9 a.m. Now talking about onboard accounts and billing, all of your statements will be reconciled and printed by our guest service team, and they'll be delivered to your stateroom by 6:45 in the morning on the morning of debarkation. All you have to do is open up your door, look outside, it'll be hanging there, just take it off there. Now, if you're signed up for our express checkout service, meaning that you've already given us your credit card and have a credit card attached to your account, when you get your statement, simply read through it. If there's no discrepancies, fold it up, keep it for your records. There's nothing more to do. It's just that easy. If you haven't signed up for the express checkout service, it's not too late to do so. You can do that at the guest service desk, Deck 3 midship. They're open 24 hours for your convenience, and it certainly makes that debarkation morning a lot easier. It's like a fast pass, one last thing to do in the morning. But if you're not going to utilize this service, we ask that you please take care of your accounts by 7:30 debarkation morning, and you can do so with cash or traveler's checks if you're not going to use a credit card. Now I want to talk about something that's close to my heart and falls under my umbrella of responsibility, and that's our youth activities team here on board. Like I said earlier on in the cruise, the largest department of its kind anywhere at sea, and of course incredible spaces dedicated just for the children here on board as well. The Oceaneers Club, the Oceaneers Lab, It's a Small World Nursery, Edge for the tweens, and Vibe for the teens. Amazing spaces for the kids to stay entertained, and of course amazing counselors entertaining the children all cruise long as well. If your child took part in the youth activities program, they may have been issued an Oceaneer band. Like so many guests who visit our parks and resorts and kids on board Disney Cruise Line who have begun collecting these, you may choose to keep your Oceaneer band as a unique cruise memento and collectible. If you wish to return your Oceaneer band, please visit the Oceaneers Club Deck 5 midship before 11 p.m. on the final night of the cruise to receive a credit. Now let's talk about luggage handling. All luggage items that you want us to take off the ship for you need to be outside your stateroom door by 10:30 p.m. the final night of the cruise. Let me say that again. All luggage items you want us to take off the ship for you need to be outside your stateroom door by 10:30 p.m. the final night of the cruise. We need you to do a couple things for us. We need you to rip off all those old luggage tags, all those airline tags, that Disney Dream luggage tag that might be on your suitcase. Rip that off. Our team in the terminal is so efficient, they might see that Disney Dream tag and your suitcase could come back on vacation without you. So please rip off all those old luggage tags, basically off with the old and on with the new. We're going to deliver new luggage tags to your stateroom. These color character luggage tags that will be delivered by your stateroom host or hostess. So please use those and only those on your suitcases. And also, don't run around the ship trying to find your favorite Disney character's luggage tag. These luggage tags are designated to certain sections of the ship, so just use the ones that are delivered to your stateroom. We need you to put one of these on each suitcase or bag that we're taking off the ship for you, and we need you to write some information on the back for us. We need you to write your name, your stateroom number, and number of bags. Now, by number of bags, I mean if we're taking off 3 suitcases for you, put 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3. That way, where possible, we can try to keep your suitcases together. And also, you may be wondering why we want your stateroom number when you're getting off the ship. Well, not only is your luggage going to be waiting for you in color character code corresponding to your luggage tag, but where possible, we're also going to try to keep your suitcases in stateroom order as well, so it's very easy for you to find your suitcases in the terminal debarkation morning. Also, I want you to keep in mind the packing process when putting your suitcases out. When you put your suitcases outside your stateroom door, the crew members will collect them, they'll put them in luggage bins in a secure area, and we won't have access to them. So please, don't pack away anything you will need over the next 24 hours. So thinking about those things, don't pack away any identification, any travel documents, don't pack away any critical medication, anything you will need over the next 24 hours. Please do not pack that away. You can carry a day bag with you or some hand luggage. You can take that off the ship with you. You can put your valuables and breakables in that day bag or in that hand luggage. When you see your luggage in the terminal, you can repack it there before going through customs. So keep that in mind, especially with those valuables and those breakables, unless, of course, those breakables are already wrapped up in the ship's towels at the bottom of your bag. We know who you are. Please leave the towels on board. Also, don't put any alcohol outside your stateroom door for us to take off the ship for you, because that'll go to a party without you. All right. And, okay, while I'm being silly, I do want to say something that's kind of funny, but I mean it quite seriously. All too often, families run back to their stateroom the final night of the cruise. They throw everything in their suitcases, everything in their bags. They put their suitcases outside their door. We take it away. They go to sleep. They wake up, and we took their clothes away. And they show up in the atrium wearing pajamas that nobody really wants to see them in. It's kind of funny, unless it's you, so please don't let that be you. Remember to leave something out to wear debarkation morning, including shoes. Now I want to talk about onboard airline check-in. Some of you have signed up to utilize the onboard airline check-in service. You know who you are. That whole speech I just gave about character luggage tags, that doesn't apply to you if you're using our onboard airline check-in program. So you will receive an information packet. It will have your airline luggage tags in there. Those are the luggage tags that you need to use. Also, please read through that packet very carefully and have all the information on it that you need for the debarkation process. But once again, use those luggage tags that are delivered in that onboard airline package that it will be delivered to your stateroom. Also, if you're utilizing this service, please keep in mind that when you put your luggage outside your stateroom door, you will not be seeing it until you arrive at your final destination. So really, think twice before begin packing and think about all of those TSA rules, because your luggage will be going directly onto those flights. Now I want to take a moment to talk about the Customs Declaration Form. This form will be delivered to your stateroom by your stateroom host or hostess, and we ask that you please take the time to fill this out. But if it takes you more than 4 to 5 minutes to fill this out, you're probably doing it wrong. So let me answer some of the questions that we generally get about this document. But before I get into that, please make sure you do not pack this document away. You keep it nice and handy debarkation morning. Number 1, family name. If you share the same last name, you're legally married, and you live at the same address, then you can all travel on this form. If you're legally married, but you don't share the same last name, you will need separate forms. The one exception to this is if you are the legal guardian of a minor. They, of course, can travel on this form with you. Number 3, number of family members traveling with you. So if I'm traveling with my wife and son, my number would be 2. Because this form acts as my number of family members traveling with you. Countries visited on this trip prior to U.S. arrival. For that one, nice and easy, just put Bahamas. Castaway Cay is not a country. Not yet, anyway. Mickey Mouse for president. All right. Number 9, airline flight number or vessel name. That's referring to how you returned into the country, and that, of course, is the Disney Dream. Number 11 on down deals with the Department of Agriculture. I would ask that you please read through that very carefully. Basically, what they're talking about is not bringing any food back into the United States. They do have fines in excess of $50,000, so please do not take any food ashore with you. Do not take any fruits or vegetables ashore with you. Now, if you have any of those rum cakes and they're still sealed, that's fine. If it's still sealed, it's fine. They are more lenient with baby foods and baby formula. But please do not take any fruits or vegetables. Don't take any breakfast off the ship with you. That banana, $50,000 for a banana, really, it's just a little too expensive. So they do have amnesty bins available before you go through customs. So if you do find that somebody took some breakfast off the ship with you, you can throw that away. Anyway, let's just sign the bottom of this form. Keep it nice and handy for the customs officials debarkation morning. Having this out and ready to go will expedite the process. Also, refer to that welcome home letter for different allowances for tobacco and for alcohol, and for everybody's allowance as well. If you have gone over your allowance, the rule is if you've gone over, flip it over. We'll need some additional information from you on the back. You'll need to itemize some of the purchases that you've made in the Bahamas or here on board the Disney Dream. You don't have to list everything. You can kind of group it together, like apparel, electronics, and then you will need to present yourself to the customs officials in the terminal debarkation morning. Now, breakfast debarkation morning. Mickey waffles. Sorry. Breakfast will be served in the same restaurant you had dinner in the last evening of the cruise. So wherever you had dinner the last night of the cruise, that's where you will have breakfast debarkation morning. Couple exceptions to this rule. If you are dining in Palos or Remy's on the final night of the cruise, enjoy that impeccable service, amazing cuisine up there. I know you're going to love it. Chocolate souffle in Palo, just saying. But enjoy that. But your breakfast will be where you were intended to have dinner that evening. So you can refer to that welcome home letter, and of course, your incredible dining room team will be happy to assist you with that as well. Now, something that's very important to Disney Cruise Line and to Disney as a company is, of course, your feedback. The best way to deliver your feedback to us is through the use of the comment card. The comment card will be delivered to your stateroom by your stateroom host or hostess, and we do ask that you please take a few minutes to fill this out and give us your feedback. I know if you're anything like me, when you go on vacation, I don't think anybody's going to take the time to read this. But I will let you know, by 5 p.m. debarkation evening, all the managers here on board will have read every single one of them. And I know because I'm one of the managers that read every single comment card. Those comment cards are also shared with our head office in Celebration, Florida as well, to help action any of those suggestions or those items that you have put forward. But of course, your suggestions and your comments on the comment cards have changed our operation here on board. They've pushed us to improve and to innovate, and of course, to visit new destinations around the world. You said you wanted to go to the Mediterranean? We're going to the Mediterranean. You said you wanted to go to Alaska. We're going to Alaska. Continue those suggestions on those fantastic itineraries that you want to visit. And speaking of future itineraries, make sure you visit Deck 4 Midship at our future cruise desk. They have all the answers to all your questions about all the ships in the fleet and all the fantastic itineraries that are on offer as well. And of course, no bigger discounts or bigger onboard credits than by booking your next cruise while still on board this cruise. But getting back to the comment card there, it is broken down into several different sections for you. There's that overall cruise experience, and you can rate us in a number of ways. So you can rate us with not applicable. So if you didn't utilize a service or you didn't see a show, it helps us track what you're going to when you bubble in not applicable. And you can rate us in a number of ways, all the way up to excellent. And as the captain and I said on the first night of the cruise, it is our goal to ensure you have an overall excellent cruise, and we certainly hope you can tell us that. And that first question there, like I said, is our overall cruise experience. That's everything that we have control over here on board the ship. So the ambiance, the entertainment, the incredible dining experience, the friendliness of the crew. We don't control the shopkeepers in the ports or the taxi drivers. We don't control the weather. But Disney being Disney, we probably will one day. Okay, probably shouldn't have said that. Moving on. Different sections for different categories of the ship, different areas of the ship, from your incredible guest service team, your amazing stateroom host or hostess, your incredible dining room team that I hear people bragging about all the time, the entertainment on board, the youth activities. All of that has a section there on the comment card, and we would love to hear your feedback. But there's one question on the back I want to bring to everybody's attention. Are there any crew members who have made your experience particularly magical? If there's a crew member who's gone above and beyond and made your experience more magical here on board, we would love to hear about it. If you could write their name, their department, maybe what country they're from, so we can identify who you're talking about, we would love to pat that crew member on the back. We have a great recognition program here on board, and as you may know, we love to promote from within. I am certainly a product of that, and maybe you can help identify some of our future leaders as well. So taking the time to recognize the entire crew and any individual crew members that have gone above and beyond for you is something that we greatly appreciate. And I want to thank you in advance for taking the time to fill out our comment card. All right, we're almost finished with the debarkation presentation, but let me just go through the general flow for debarkation morning. When you wake up, you leave your stateroom, you will be leaving your stateroom for the last time, so please make sure you check everywhere. So check under the bed, check the drawers, check the fridge. Check everywhere in your stateroom, because when you leave it, you will be leaving it for the last time. And I know how difficult it is for my son to travel without his favorite Thomas the Tank Engine. I mean, Mickey Mouse plush toy. All right, I know how difficult it can be for some of the children to travel without their favorite toys or blankets or pillows, so make sure you check everywhere. Also, leave your safe in the open position. That way we know you've checked it. We do ask that all guests please vacate their staterooms by 8 a.m. debarkation morning. You'll head off to breakfast at that time, and you'll take all of your luggage with you to breakfast. Also, please keep in mind that room service is not available debarkation morning, but if you do want to grab a cup of coffee, Cove Cafe will open very early as well. But please refer to that welcome home letter. But you'll head to breakfast, you'll wait for the ship's clearance announcement, and regarding the ship's clearance announcements, people always ask, Christian, can I take my own luggage off the ship? Absolutely. If you want to carry your own luggage off the ship, you can be one of the first guests ashore, and when we clear the ship for express walk-off, that is what we're referring to. Those guests taking their own luggage off the ship. But you'll head to breakfast, you'll wait for the ship's clearance announcement. Once the ship has been cleared, you'll be free to go ashore, deck 3 midship, the same place you got on. You'll cross the gangway, you'll go down the escalators or stairs or elevator to the lower luggage terminal. You'll see the luggage lined up in the color-coded section that correspond to your character luggage tag. You'll take your luggage and then you'll proceed through customs and identification inspection. So please make sure you have that customs form out and ready to go. Please make sure you have your identification out and ready to go. Also, do not pack your key to the world card. You will need your key to the world card to swipe off the ship one final time. So please do not pack that away either. And if the head of household could gather the customs declaration form, identification, and just the head of household can hand everybody's documents to the customs official, that will help expedite the process as well. So, ladies, if you could just gather everybody's documents together, that would be great. You'll proceed through customs, identification, inspection, and then go on to onward transportation. Now, there are ground transportation personnel in their blue uniforms to help you every step of the way. So any questions you may have, any directions you may need, Disney ground transportation personnel in their blue uniforms are there to assist you. We also have porters available in the terminal to help you with your luggage. They are an external company. They will expect a gratuity per bag, but they certainly help make moving all that luggage a lot more easy for you. So you go to Onboard Transportation, you'll be outside the terminal building. Taxis will be available for you. Different rental car agencies will have pickup service if you need to rent a car. If somebody is picking you up, there's one way in and one way out, so it's very easy for them to spot you and for you to spot them. The parking garage is over there, and hopefully you remembered where you parked. Also, if you've purchased the Disney Cruise Line transportation, if you're taking one of our motor coaches to Orlando International Airport or to Walt Disney World Resorts and you're continuing your vacation on, those buses will be lined up. They are clearly labeled. Just make sure that you're watching your luggage get on the same bus you're getting on. Just my little tip there from previous experience and a different vacation. Watch your luggage get on the same bus you're getting on. Also, your Key to the World card acts as your ticket for that motor coach service if you have signed up for that Disney Cruise Line transportation. Well, I think that's just about it here at the Debarkation Talk. Now, if you have any questions, please refer to that welcome home letter. And if you need any additional support, you can always visit the guest service desk, Deck 3 Midship. They are open 24 hours for your convenience. So if you see a long line there, simply come back a little bit later because they are open 24 hours for your convenience. Well, I think that just about does it here. Are you sad the Debark Talk is over? Don't be. This will play over and over and over again. So if you missed any information, simply stay tuned. This will loop. Or if you need help sleeping, stay tuned. Watch this again and you'll be out like a light. I know. I've seen it before. But on behalf of the captain, the officers, the crew here on board the Disney Dream, we certainly hope you have an overall excellent experience. Wherever your travels take you, we hope that they're safe and you come back and you see us again real soon. It's certainly been an honor being your cruise director this cruise, and I look forward to seeing you on your next Disney Cruise Line vacation. We'll see you real soon, everyone.